Oakland, California, May 1976. Sunday morning, 10:15 a.m. Lake Merritt Park. One of the most peaceful places in the city. 3.5 kilometers of trails circle the lake. Oak trees provide generous shade. Families spread picnic blankets on the grass. Children chase pigeons. Couples walk hand in hand. The air is fresh. The smell of freshly cut grass mixes with the aroma of barbecue starting on the public grills. It is the kind of perfect California morning that makes people forget their problems. Bruce Lee is running his morning route, part of his strict training regimen that he never skips. Even on Sundays, he wears short black running shorts, a white sleeveless shirt, worn but comfortable running shoes, and a small white towel hanging around his neck. His body already glistens with sweat after 40 minutes of interval running. His leg muscles are sharply defined. Every step is efficient. His breathing remains controlled even after several kilometers. He does not run only for cardiovascular endurance. He runs practicing body awareness, feeling each muscle contract and relax, each joint moving in harmony, turning exercise into meditation in motion. He slows his pace as he approaches the children's playground. He always does this, conscious of not frightening small children with his speed. The playground is full. Mothers and fathers watch closely. The swings are occupied. There is a line of children waiting for the slide. As Bruce passes, he notices a little girl, maybe 4 years old with blonde pigtails, trying to reach the first rung of the monkey bars. She is still too short, jumping repeatedly without success. Her father sits nearby on a bench, reading a newspaper, not paying attention. Bruce stops running, walks over to the girl, crouches to her level, smiles gently and says, "Do you want help getting started?" The girl looks at him, hesitates, then shyly nods. Bruce extends his hands. The girl places her feet on them. Bruce gently lifts her until she can grab the first bar. She laughs with delight and begins crossing the bars with renewed determination. The father looks up from his newspaper, sees Bruce, and nods gratefully. Bruce returns the nod, ready to continue his run. Then a loud, aggressive voice slices through the peaceful morning air. "Hey! Get away from my daughter right now." Bruce turns and sees a massive man marching toward him. His face is red with rage, fists clenched. This is Derek Hoffman, 2 meters 3 centimeters tall, 150 kilograms of muscle and poorly controlled anger. Shoulders as wide as a car door. Arms as thick as an average man's thighs. Hands the size of baseball gloves. Messy blonde hair. 3-day stubble. Wild blue eyes with the unmistakable look of someone searching for an excuse to explode. He is 28 years old. He works in construction, operating heavy machinery. A job that feeds his belief that he is stronger than anyone, more capable, more important. Derek has a history. 3 charges of domestic violence. 2 convictions for bar fights. An active restraining order from his ex-wife that forbids him from approaching her or their daughter, the same little girl Bruce just helped. But Derek does not care about orders. He does not care about rules. He is in the park despite knowing he should not be, hiding behind trees, watching his daughter play, planning how to take her by force from her mother. Then he saw Bruce, an unfamiliar Asian man, touching his daughter. And all his rage, all his resentment, all his need for control found a target. The father who had been reading the newspaper stands up, confused, and says, "Wait, he was just helping her reach the bars." Derek completely ignores him. His eyes are locked on Bruce with terrifying intensity. He advances. Each step makes the ground tremble slightly under his weight. Bruce stays where he is. His hands are visible at his sides. His stance is non-threatening but balanced. Weight evenly distributed, ready to move in any direction. He recognizes the signs. He has seen this type of man before. Dangerous not because of training but because of instability. Unpredictable. Violent. Driven by emotions he cannot control. Bruce speaks calmly. His voice is clear, not confrontational. "I was just helping her reach the monkey bars. There's no problem here." Derek is now 2 meters away and does not slow down. He growls, "You don't touch my daughter. You don't talk to her. You don't look at her." "Understood, Chinese man." Bruce politely corrects him. Chinese American, actually. And the girl asked for help. Any decent person would have done the same. The reasonable, Calm response only fuels Derek's rage further. He does not want logic. He does not want a civilized conversation. He wants violence. He wants justification to release the fury he carries. He closes the distance in 2 large steps, completely invading Bruce's personal space. People around begin to notice. Mothers grab their children and move away. Some men stop and watch from a distance, but no one intervenes. Everyone recognizes the danger in Derek. His sheer size discourages interference. Derek speaks in a low, threatening voice, spitting the words, "I'm going to teach you a lesson about touching things that don't belong to you." Bruce replies, still calm, "I don't want trouble. I suggest you calm down and think about what you're doing. Children are watching." Derek laughs without humor. "Good. They'll learn what happens to people like you." Then it happens. Derek reaches out with his massive hands and grabs the front of Bruce's shirt with both fists. His fingers clamp onto the fabric like steel claws. He yanks Bruce upward with brutal force, lifting him completely off the ground. Bruce's feet leave the grass. His entire body hangs in the air, supported only by Derek's grip on his shirt. Derek raises Bruce to eye level, 150 kilograms lifting 63, as if it were a child. A sack of potatoes. Nothing. He smiles a triumphant smile of absolute dominance, of unquestioned power. Derek is about to say something, probably a threat about throwing Bruce to the ground or breaking something, but he never gets the chance. Because 4 seconds are all Bruce needs. 4 seconds to turn Derek's own strength against him. 4 seconds to teach a brutal lesson about the difference between power and control. First second, Bruce's hands, which were at his sides, explode into action. They do not try to grab Derek's wrists to break the grip. That would be useless. Strength against greater strength. Instead, Bruce's hands strike upward and inward. His fingers, like spears, drive into precise points under Derek's armpits, where large nerve bundles run close to the surface with little muscular protection. Bruce presses deep. His thumbs find the brachial plexus, the nerve network that controls the entire arm. Second. A sharp, electric, unbearable pain explodes through Derek's shoulders. His arms begin to tremble involuntarily. The fingers gripping Bruce's shirt weaken. An automatic neurological response. The body tries to protect the nerves from continued pressure. But Derek is stubborn, massive, accustomed to dominating through raw strength. He tries to hold on. He tries to ignore the pain. Bruce is already 2 moves ahead. While Derek is focused on the pain in his shoulders, Bruce sharply twists his torso to the left, creating rotational force, using his own body weight like a pendulum. Second, Bruce's twisting motion pulls Derek slightly forward, breaking his base. 150 kilograms have inertia. Basic physics. An object in motion wants to stay in motion. At the same time, Bruce's right leg, which was hanging in the air, shoots upward. His knee bends and his foot strikes with surgical precision into the inner part of Derek's left thigh. Not the knee, not the groin, but a specific 0.5 centimeters above the knee where the femoral nerve is accessible. The strike is not about brute force. It is about precise location and perfect timing. Second, Derek's leg buckles. Not because Bruce hit hard enough to break anything, but because when the femoral nerve is struck correctly, it causes temporary involuntary muscle collapse. Derek's left leg simply shuts down. The muscle refuses to support weight. 150 kilograms on one leg, already leaning forward from Bruce's torque, already destabilized by shoulder pain, has no way to recover. The laws of physics do not negotiate. Derek falls, not forward where Bruce is still partially in his grasp, but sideways. His own weight works against him, pulling him down with inevitable force. The moment Bruce feels Derek starting to fall, he slips free from the weakened grip and lands on his feet with the grace of a cat, already in a stable defensive stance, as Derek crashes into the ground with a thud that makes the earth vibrate. Dust rises around the fallen massive body. Derek lies on his side. His left hand clutches his shoulder where Bruce attacked the nerves. His left leg is stretched at an odd angle. His face is twisted with confusion and pain, unable to understand how someone so small, so seemingly fragile, brought him down so easily. For seconds, from the moment Derek lifted Bruce off the ground to the moment the giant lies defeated on the grass, humiliated in front of dozens of witnesses, Bruce stands. His shirt is torn where Derek grabbed it. But he is calm. His breathing remains controlled. His eyes scan the surroundings to ensure there are no other threats. He looks down at Derek, who tries to get up but struggles because his left leg still does not fully respond, the lingering effects of the nerve strike. Bruce speaks. His voice is instructional but firm. You judged me by size and made a critical mistake. Lifting someone off the ground makes you feel strong, but it makes you vulnerable. Your weight was completely compromised. Your base was unstable. Your nerve points were exposed. I weigh 63 kilograms. You weigh 150. But I know where to touch to shut your body down. Strength without knowledge is just wasted muscle. Two men who had been watching finally step forward. One recognizes Derek. That's the guy with the restraining order. Someone should call the police. A woman is already running toward the visitor center where there is a public phone. The father of the girl Derek claimed as his daughter approaches Bruce. Thank you for not letting him take my daughter. I don't know what he was planning. Bruce nods. Make sure the police know about the restraining order. Men like this don't learn easily. 10 minutes later, a police car arrives. Derek, still sitting on the ground and rubbing his leg, is handcuffed and placed into the car. He looks at Bruce through the window as the car drives away. There is something new in his eyes. Not just rage but fear. The realization that he is not as invincible as he believed. Bruce gives his statement to the police. Short, factual, without emotion. The officers immediately rule it lawful self-defense. They thank Bruce for intervening and suggest he consider working with law enforcement. Bruce smiles politely and declines. When the police leave, Bruce resumes his run, as if the last 15 minutes were only a minor detour in his morning. But for everyone in the park that day, especially Derek, those 4 seconds changed fundamental perspectives. Derek learned that size is an illusion when it meets true knowledge. The mothers at the playground learned that danger can be neutralized by skill, not necessarily equal size. The children old enough to understand learned that heroes do not always look like heroes. For seconds to dismantle a lifetime of confidence built on physical intimidation. For seconds to prove that 63 kilograms of wisdom outweigh 150 kilograms of arrogance. For seconds to demonstrate that true strength does not shout, does not threaten, does not need to lift someone off the ground. True strength waits, observes, and when forced to act, acts with such absolute precision that the outcome is never in doubt. The question remains. Will you build your strength on muscle mass or on knowledge of the human body's vulnerabilities? Derek chose muscle. Bruce chose knowledge. For seconds revealed which choice withstands reality.